In this video, we will discuss the different assessment methods in OBE as per the Bloom's taxonomy and its application. So this is also a very important lecture. What is the assessment in OBE? Like, how can we define the assessment? The process of identifying, collecting and preparing data to measure the attainment of stated outcomes, objectives like PLOs, CLOs and PEOs. The assessments can be direct assessments or can be indirect assessments. If it is direct assessment, so what does that mean? It is a tangible evidence of student performance or observable demonstration of learning. And how can you say that these are the direct assessments? So like in terms of exam scores, project grades, quizzes or assignments. So but if it is indirect assessments, you can say it's a perception of learning and self-reported data, like in the form of surveys, interviews or focus groups. Assessment must measure achievements of stated outcomes, objectives. What are the assessment types? It can be diagnostic assessments, or you can say it's a before learning, the formative assessments during the learning, the summative assessments after learning. Diagnostic assessment, you can say it's a pre-test, survey, entry test, questioning, self-assessment, like you can find out. Formative assessments, which is ongoing feedback on learning. You can say it's a quiz, it can be questioning, it can be teacher's observation, group discussion or midterm, or you can say it's that you have to keep track. Third one is the summative assessments, that is after learning, or you can say final judgment of achievements. So that is end exam or final exam, project viva or portfolios, making sure. Common or direct assessment methods, if it is a course level. Like what are the methods? Written exams, laboratory reports, presentations, open-ended laboratories, final year projects, or you can say it's a design project. And you have the description. If it is a written exam, you means that the time and structured questions usually test fundamental knowledge, like you can say mid-term, final, quizzes, and you can belongs to the PLOs or the graduate attributes, they are same, 1 or 2. But if it's a laboratory reports, structured documentation of experiment with procedures, analysis and conclusions, belongs to GA4 and 5. Presentations, or you can say oral defense, technical talks, technical communications, belongs to GA9. Open-ended laboratories with labs with undefined outcomes, like you can say not predetermined, student make decision on procedure, variable analysis, design of experiment, interpret ambiguous results. It belongs to GA4, 5 and 9. Final year projects, comprehensive multidisciplinary design, experiencing, integrating all prior learning, that is GA3, 4, 9, 10, 11. Design projects, open-ended engineering design challenge, GA3 and GA10. Problem-based learning reports, project-based learning reports, case-based learning reports, portfolios, peer evaluations. Similarly, you can define what if it's a problem-based learning report, like real-world engineering scenarios require analysis. Project-based extended project integrating multiple disciplines. Case-based, students analyze real or realistic engineering cases. Portfolio mean curated collection of work demonstrating growth and competence over time. Peer evaluation, assessment of individual contribution within team setting. Recommended distributions across program year, like year freshman, so primary assessment methods. Then you can have a written exam, quizzes, concept questions, structured lab for the primary assessment method. For the secondary assessment method, simple case studies, small open-ended problems. But if it's a sophomore, you can have exam, case-based learning, problem-based learning, and for the secondary it is open-ended lab like basic or team, complex engineering problem. If it's a junior, then the problem-based learning, open-ended labs, advanced complex engineering problem, case studies, problem-based learning, short cycle, presentations. If it's a senior, capstone, problem-based learning, extended version, open-ended labs, complex engineering problem, portfolios, peer evaluations. And what are indirect assessment methods? is a course exit surveys, and the purpose is student perception of CLO achievements and frequency, how often you have to measure every course, like every offering. Program exit surveys, purpose graduate perception of PLO achievement and the frequencies annually. Alumni survey after 3 to 5 year post graduation feedback every 3 years. Employer surveys, industry perception of graduate competencies every 3 years. Focus group, qualitative insights on program strength weakness as needed. Advisory board meetings, external stakeholder inputs annually. Indirect methods capture stakeholder perspective. It provides context but cannot substitute for direct evidence. Design thinking. Design thinking is a methodology used by designers to solve complex problems and find desirable solution for clients. A design mindset is not problem focused, it's a solution focused and action oriented toward creating a preferred future. Emphasize, learn about the audience for whom you are designing. Define, construct a point of view that is based on user needs and insights. Ideate, brainstorm and come up with creative solutions. Prototype, build a representation of one or more of your ideas to show to others. Test, return to your original user group and test your ideas for feedback. Engineering ethics, because ethics is also an attribute, so we need to know what is engineering ethics. Engineering ethics require engineer to act with integrity, responsibility and accountability in professional practice and decision making, ensuring the safety, health and welfare for the public while complying with professional codes, legal requirements and ethical principles in addressing complex engineering problems. So engineering ethics can be microethics, and microethics is further divided into individual ethics and professional ethics. It can be macroethics, which is further divided into social responsibility of profession and social decision about technology. Rubrics and rubric selection metrics, like how we can say it's a rubrics, like the basic definition of rubrics. Rubrics are scoring or grading tool used to measure students' performance and learning across a set of criteria and outcomes. There is no unified set of rubrics because the scoring rubrics vary accordingly across different disciplines and courses. Assessment type, written exam, essay and recommended rubrics analytic 2 to 3 criteria. Rationale, distinguish contents from reasoning. If it is a design project, then you can have 4 to 6 criteria analytic and multiple GAs assessed. If it is lab report, then you can have 3 to 4 analytic criteria, separate methodology, analysis, conclusions. If it's a presentation, then you can have 3 to 4 criteria of analytic, content, delivery and visual. If it is a portfolio, you can have holistic or analytic, can use both at different levels. If it is a peer evaluation, you can have analytic or simple, clear criteria for team contribution.